Hi everybody, this is Bob and the gang from Multiprint. If you're watching this video, then you are interested in product information on my Monster Banner Heat Welder, powered by Leicester Technology and Edward Seagull Grommet machines. My name is Bob Miller, located in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's East Coast time, guys. I wanted to start off by saying, for those of you who watched my original Banner Heat Welder for Sale video on YouTube, I wanted to say thank you for the patronage. There's more than 30,000 views on a not very popular topic, so thank you. Otherwise, this video is to let you all know that I am back in production making Banner heat welding systems. So I'm going to go over today what's involved with all the details. What is this thing? Why do you want it? How long does it take to get it? And how much does it cost? What this here is a Banner heat welding system, no frills, entry level, poor man's Banner heat welding system, and product support and training provided to your staff to learn how to do this workflow proficiently. Let's get right into it. Why in the world would you want to buy a Monster Banner heat welder from a cat like me? The primary reason is product support. I've been in the sign and graphics business for 25 years, and I've concluded there is no training to teach your staff how to do the function of banner print finishing, which would be print trim, hem, and grommet. I'm going to provide that training for you in video format. I'm also going to provide monster files for you, which are the test printout training files that your staff uses at their shop. I'm going to do all your Leicester settings for you on what I call 6 common call print medias that pertain to sign and graphics all the way through us billboard guys. I'm going to demonstrate my workflow, how I get the work through my shop. I'm going to demonstrate my roll-on tube workflow. For those of you who watched the original video, you know that I roll and tube on Banner. I find it's very significant for getting the material through the shop, especially when you're working with big prints. And then I'm going to provide product support on swedges. Swedges are those PVC tubes that I'll provide to you. You buy a table from me, I provide bundles of PVC tubes, pre-cut to size, and swedge for you, which basically are outriggers or extenders, to be used with oversized banners. The two primary functions of product support that I'm going to provide to you are what I call monster files. What is a monster file? A monster file is a computer file I'm going to send to you guys that your staff is to print out on 10-foot wide, 5-foot wide by 10-foot long banner material. All you have to do is take those two files, print out a 5 by 10. This is what the monster file looks like. This is a 5-foot by 10-foot print. This is what I call a 5-in-1 adjusted trim. So there's a 5 by 10 up on here, 4 by 8, 3 by 6, 2 by 4, down to a 1 by 2, all up on one print. Your operators are to print this out, get it over to the table, learn how to print, trim, hem, and grommet, one pass, and then slit this off and continue going down in size. That's your monster file. The second file that I'm going to provide to you is what I call a monster stripe file. A monster stripe file is basically the same lead edge that you have in your monster file. This is a 4-inch wide stripe that features print, trim, hem, and grommet. And then when your operator does the first 4-inch stripe, they slit that off. There are 12 of these up on one sheet. Gives your operators plenty of room to practice to learn how to do this technique. So that's the form of product support that I'm going to provide to you guys. This is what a 5-foot by 10-foot monster file looks like. Here you go, guys. That's what it looks like. Go to your printer, throw the material in, and print yourself out one of these, and give it to your operator and tell them to get to work. This is a 5 by 10 print of your monster file. Same thing. I've gone ahead and already heat welded and grommeted this for you. Once again, go over to your printer, throw it in a machine, print it out, and get to work. So that's a big function of the product support that I provide is your monster files. Next form of product support is what I refer to as a one pass. The number one question I get asked by everybody in this business is, Bob, how long does it take to heat weld a banner? And I don't know the answer to that question because that's not how my workflow in my shop is. I've concluded, or at least in my opinion, that a banner is usually a rectangle, and banners have 2 long dimensions, 2 short dimensions. I come from the litho printing business, so we have some terminology that I'm going to start using with you on my demonstrations. We call the long edge of the sheet the gripper, and we call the short edge of the sheet the side guide. So gripper, side guide. So in my opinion, a banner has 4 sides to its profiles. So to answer the number one question that I get asked all the time, how long does it take to heat weld a banner? I've concluded that I'm going to do the 3 primary functions, which are print trim, hem, and grommet, all in one pass on that lead edge or that profile edge of that banner while it's up on the deck. And I'm going to provide the product support by demonstrating this to you all. And this, my feeling on this here is I've cut the material handling down to its barest of bare bones. And in my opinion, this is the fastest way to quote unquote print and finish a banner. Workflow. The workflow in my shop is pretty straightforward. I print trim graphic up, I fold overhand graphic down, and I set grommets print face up. What is this thing? Why do you want it? How much does it cost? This is a vacuum table with a guide track system. One of my customers, a billboard customer out in the middle of North Carolina, had a famous line to me that resonated with me when I started to make my next generation tables. He said to me, "Bob, I want to buy one of your big 24-foot wide tables, but I need to know the thing's built like a tank because," he said, and I quote, "if my guys can break it, they'll break it." So, I make your monster banner heat welder vacuum table through 2-inch square tubing, welded steel frame construction. I make this way because I know how I am in my shop. I'll print a 150-foot roll, a 300-foot roll of print. I'll take it out of printer, come over and drop that log on my table and slid down and get what I need. So I need this table to handle hard, heavy-duty industrial use. That's why it's built this way. So this is a vacuum table. That is your vacuum. There is a guide track system on here. What does that mean? That means the operator simply takes the Uniplane 500, drops it into the guide track. I have some fantastic news for all of you. According to Mr. Ken Huber in Leicester, USA, there are literally hundreds of these units out in the USA at present. So I have some great news for you. If you own your own Uniplane 500, no worries, you do not need to buy another unit. All you need to do is buy the vacuum table part of this from me and take your Uniplane that you already own, take your Uniplane, go right over to your monster table, pick your Uniplane up, and drop it into the guide track, print out a couple of my monster files, and get to work. So it is a vacuum table with a track feed system. If you don't own a Uniplane 500, they are fantastic devices. For those of us who've owned the old Uniplane E and Uniplane S, this unit replaces that model, and I'm proud to say this unit is bigger, better, faster, stronger. The Uniplane 500 is one heck of a device. So if you don't have one, I'm going to sell you one, and I'm going to do all your programs for all your profiles, which I'm going to program into those 6 common call medias that I was talking about. I'm going to program your Leicester for you, and I'm also going to set a feature what's called an eco mode, or a cool down, duty cycle, shutdown mode on your device. The biggest form of product support that I can unleash on all of you guys is a technique what I refer to as low slow. So everybody wants to know, how fast can you heat weld? So the tendency is to turn the heat welder up full temperature and turn the speed up full temperature, especially you billboard guys. And I don't believe that's a good technique. So what I've concluded here is I like to refer to it as low slow, which is lower temperatures, slower speeds equals no burning of banners. So of those 6 common call medias that I've selected, I've done what I call split the difference, or I've worked very carefully to come up with one common call setting that covers 5 out of those 6 common calls. And I've also done the same common call setting or split the difference settings in Mindset when I set the setting pressure on my grommet machines. So I refer to this technique as low slow, or more simply put, slow down, turn the temperature down a little bit, and make things a lot easier on yourselves. Grommet machines. I have partnered with Edward Siegel grommet machines, which are manufactured in Connecticut in the United States of America. Yay! Edward Siegel has 3 automatic setting machines. On this table equipped here today, you'll see it is equipped with their entry-level automatic setting machine called a Model 3P6. This is considered an automatic setting machine because the machine automatically sets the grommet and washer for you. However, this is considered an entry-level bench mount pup unit here that requires the operator to have to hand feed the grommet and washer for every setting cycle, which is basically the same gig when we use our own hand setting grommet presses. Otherwise, the machine automatically sets the grommet and washer for you. I like this unit. It's very versatile. There'll be some detailed videos on these for Edward Siegel. Edward Siegel also sells 2 fully automatic grommet machines that automatically feed grommet and washer, which makes the operator's hands free. Their mid-grade unit is considered called a Model 3 PGW. It's actually a pretty cool unit. By the way, the staff from Edward Siegel are going to be sending me these machines, and you'll see it upfit on this table, so stay tuned for other videos. And then they have their advanced industrial, fully automatic 4K automatic grommet machine. I have one of their older models called a 92 GW, and those machines, for those of you who have Siegels, you know they make one hell of a machine. And you buy a Siegel, you own it for 20 to 30 years. Oh, you buy a Monster Banner heat welder from me, you're going to own it for 20 to 30 years. I want to talk to you about the next important criteria on the table. Something I call weldable area, non-weldable area. What in the world does that mean? Well, it's pretty straightforward. I got a grommet machine on this side of the table. I have a heat welder on this side of the table, which means I'm eating into my weldable surface area on the table. It's very important when you select what size table to order. So you want a weldable area one pass, or if the banner is larger or oversized or hangs over, it does require a two-pass technique, and I'm going to be demonstrating all these for you. On to the next topic. What size table? I make 3 Monster Banner heat welder table sizes that are available. The table heights are all common. The table you see here in this video is 3.5 foot tall or 42 inches tall. The table width or depth that you see in this video is 5 foot deep. In my opinion, all of us, from Sinographic all the way through us billboard printers, we all have 5 foot wide inkjet printers. So it seemed pretty logical to me to make a 5 foot wide table, giving us ourselves a work area to be able to roll and unroll banners to get them prepped to get it up into the workflow. And in the 3 table widths that I make available, I make a 12 footer, 16 footer, 24 footer. How do you know which size table to order in your shop? You don't. That's what I'm for. I've simplified this for you so you all know which to pick. This is in my opinion. If you are a small to a mid-sized sign shop and you have a 5 foot wide roll-fed inkjet printer and or a 5 foot wide hybrid or flatbed printer, I consider you in the wide format inkjet marketplace, and I consider you in the banner making end of it, pretty much you're living in the 4 foot by 8 foot banner business or smaller. If you are a 5 foot wide roll-fed inkjet printer, you want to be on one of my 12 foot wide tables. If you have a 10 foot wide or 3 meter wide grand format inkjet printer, you want to be on one of my 16 foot wide tables. That gives you a weldable area on the table surface of more than 12 feet, which takes into account your 10 foot wide logs. If you are a grand format inkjet printer that has a 16 foot wide or 5 meter wide table, you really want to be on one of my 24 foot wide tables, or more pertinently, you billboard guys. That 24 foot wide table is going to give you a one pass weldable area of 20 feet. So order your table sizes accordingly. Which leads to, I've been making these since 2006. My best selling table size has always been the 5x16, so order accordingly. On to the next topic, oversized banners, or what I call hangovers. What do you do when you have a banner that's bigger than the table, bigger than the weldable area? Well, you have to have a workflow, and I'm going to demonstrate that workflow for you. I call that oversized workflow, which does require a two-pass technique. And I'll be using the swedges or the slip-in pipes in the forms of outriggers to help support the media as it overhangs. On to the next topic, power requirements. According to Mr. Ken Huber in Leicester, USA, 95% of the sales of the Uniplane 500 in the USA go out as 110 volt devices. However, you can order a 220 volt device, so order accordingly. The vacuum pump on this. I used to outfit my Monster Banner heat welders with these big 230 volt 5 horsepower and 10 horsepower 60 amp monster bazooka vacuums, and a couple of my customers complain about the power draw on it and the noise decibel level on them. So I got some good news. I got my hands on 110 volt 5 horsepower vacuum blower on this, so that's what's equipped with these tables from here out. Oh, power requirements. The Leicester is a 20 amp device. My vacuum pump is a 20 amp device, which means, guys, don't plug both devices into the same receptacle because you'll blow the circuit. 3 types of heat weld hems that are available on this device. It will make a fold over hem, a pole pocket, and an overlap seam. Once again, according to Mr. Ken Huber at Leicester, USA, 95% of the sales of the Uniplane 500 that go out in the US go out with the 30 millimeter nozzle. The 30 millimeter nozzle equates to a 1 1/4 inch fold over hem. That has a significant correlation to what size grommet you select. Because, according to the staff at Edward Siegel, 95% of automatic setting machines that go out to sign and graphics go out with a number 2 grommet and washer set. However, I'm an outdoor event specialist, and I lace my banners up out in the field on a product line of my steel kiosk frames, and I like to use ball bungees. Because I use ball bungees, I prefer the number 3, number 4 grommet and washer set. So order accordingly. Your hem nozzle size has a direct correlation to what size grommet you're working with. Also here for you billboard guys, I do have the ability now on this table surface to produce a 4-inch pull pocket for you billboard guys. On your monster banner heat welder are painted guidelines telling your operators where to set trim, where to set fold over hem, and where to set pull pocket. And yes, you billboard guys, you can do a 4-inch pull pocket on this device. And this leads to my primary element as to why you should consider buying this banner heat welding system from me. The primary reason is the product support. Guys, there's no training out here. When I have to train my staff at the shop, this is how I train them. I print out these files, I give it to them, I let them watch the video or they let them watch me, and we get to work. So, that is my presentation of my monster banner heat welder. The last details is the tables. How long does it take to get a table? The tables are custom built, made to order. It takes me 6 weeks delivered to your location. The tables are welded steel frame construction, 100% assembled, ready for you to use at your location. All you have to do is pick up your uniplane, drop it into the guide track, and all you have to do is bolt on the casters that I provide to you. How much does this cost? As I discussed, there are 3 size monster banner heat welders available: 12-footer, 16-footer, 24-footer. The pricing go as follows. You want that information? You need to call me. Guys, please don't send me an email or a text or a YouTube comment. If you're looking for that kind of product information, just call me. I'm on the road all the time. It's a lot easier if you just call me. By the way, it's East Coast time, guys. Don't call me at 11 o'clock at night. Once again, my name is Bob Miller, located in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I am the manufacturer on your monster banner heat welder, powered by Leicester Technology and Edward Siegel's grommet machines. Stay tuned for other videos. There's a slew of them coming about me actually using the device and the workflow. Thanks for watching the video.